Hi everybody, it's good to be back again. In this session, I am Greg, my colleague. Okay. Oh, should I? All right, who's listening to me? All right, keep your hands down if you're not listening to me, if you're listening. Okay. So we're going to dive into some of the sessions that we explored earlier, and and really delve into a couple of areas. One which is about proactive customer service, and then the other thing is about using AI. And what we hope to do is really give some good examples of how you can get going today using proactive customer service, and actually show you the Connect product in action as well, and show you how you might be able to use that to get started within your customer service. Now, we've heard loads of examples today about customer service of where we expected organizations to let us know that there was a problem. You know, we heard about Tatiana saying that she was unhappy with her not being a flight, not being informed of a flight delay. Tom about his hotel. And I expect everybody here has had a problem where they wish the company had informed them proactively. What I also think is, and we're also included in this at Zendesk, is when we're offering customer service, we also have had circumstances where we've had a problem, but we wish we could have told our customers about it before they found out about it, or before they contacted us. And that's what we're trying to look at today. So in the future, we'll be all about getting ahead of our customers. But it can be quite complex and quite difficult. There are probably some of you in the audience who are familiar with marketing practices around segmentation, around messaging and reaching out to customers. And what we're really seeing here is the overlap of marketing and customer service, whereby how do we segment the right customer to get them the right message at the right time? So for the marketeers, we encourage you to think about how this happens, how to use these skills in service instance. And for the customer service people, we encourage you to use the tooling and try and apply some of these technologies as well. And I mean, so at the moment, we are starting to see some of this happening. And we are starting to get some alerting coming through, but it's highly complex. And it costs a lot of money in order to actually get these messages out to customers. And what we want to really look at are 3 types of messages that can actually be delivered to customers. The first one are messages when something's gone wrong, and we want to let customers know that we know something's gone wrong, and we want to reach out to them to say sorry, or to at least acknowledge that something has happened. The next one is about anticipating when something is, we know something is going to happen, or a customer is going to experience a problem, and reach out to them. The third one is actually using service as a way to contact customers who are happy, but use their service history to actually offer them new products and services. And these are the 3 stages that we're going to be looking at. The interesting thing is that these are based upon 2 key areas. First thing is preempting a customer's self-service requirement. So what that means is that using self-service or using other aspects of machine learning to actually predict what information customers are going to need when they go to self-service. So we already do some kind of proactive work. We already put articles up on our portals. We already provide certain information, and we're anticipating a need there. We don't write the article just because it's for our good health. We write it because we want the customer to be able to find it. And Greg is going to talk a little bit in a minute about how we can use ML techniques and machine learning in order to improve that and anticipate a customer need. The problem is not all customers are going to go online and look for the answer. So actually we need to combine this with another method, which is proactive messaging, when customers have a certain situation that we want to head them off. And if we think about this combination, it can be incredibly powerful. And that message may well be, if we have let's say we have a software product, we know that if a customer lands on a certain page, or they go back 3 times and don't complete an order, they've probably had a problem. That's the sort of proactive messaging and proactive activity that we want to do. And the way that we accomplish this, we talked a lot about Zendesk Suite, is that Zendesk Connect works and integrates into the suite and pulls information about what customers have done and where they are in their journey into the Connect product, and we'll show you how that happens. But before we do that, I think that there's a big thing that we need to do as customer service leaders before we actually think about how we tool. And I think a lot of it, and some of you are there already, some of you are not, is that we need to change our mindset within customer service. And we need to switch from what we would call a fixed mindset, which is, I'm showing up here today to answer problems, and I'm going to complete all those queries. I'm going to drive my team to answer those questions. I'm going to meet my metrics. I'm going to meet my customer sat metrics, and then I'm going to go home. To a mindset which is all about how do we grow, and how do we evolve our customer service operation with intelligence in order to deliver it. And I was interested to find out that there is a professor at Stanford University in the US, and her name is Carol Dweck. And she actually did this study not within customer service operations, but within students. And she was trying to determine who the most successful students were, and she was trying to encourage professors and teachers to adjust the way that they actually train and teach their students. And she articulated fixed mindset and growth mindset very simply, and I love this answer, is that if a student failed a test, the fixed mindset of that is, how did you get on? Did you succeed? And the student and the teacher would say, no, you didn't succeed. You failed the test. The growth mindset perspective is, did you succeed? Did you pass the test? And the answer is, not yet. And what she found was those two simple words as not yet totally shifted the mind frame from a student, and it was okay to fail in that perspective, because the failing was part of the learning. And the journey was not completing the test. The journey was actually understanding what had gone wrong and how to fix it next time. And I think that the way that we can take that as a parallel to customer service can be very inspiring. Because if we answer a customer's problem, the minute it gets solved is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of the next journey of anticipating and solving the not yet problem for customers as well. And so if we think about this growth mindset then, how would we translate that to how we work today? Well, this chart here, it maps customer happiness along their journey. And I should pause here when I talk about customer journeys, because not everybody really, a journey is a metaphor for something. What do we mean by that? We mean the steps of interaction that a customer has with us as a business at different points of time. Some people call them transactions, and a transaction isn't necessarily financial. But this is a customer journey, or one small journey for customer support. So the customer is healthy, they have an issue, they become unhappy, they become healthy again. The fixed mindset says, job done. Let's actually think then what this might mean from a growth mindset. In a growth mindset, the customer starts. There's a proactive email about a delayed shipment. The ticket is deflected. Notice how the journey is shortened for the customer, and the dip never happens. That's a growth mindset of anticipating an issue, and that's the result there. And so ticket volume actually goes down because we're anticipating issues, and customer satisfaction goes up because it never went down. The next growth opportunity, though, is that if we have a happy customer, really take that and see how we can then proactively drive customer service and integrate with that with marketing and provide some kind of outreach and offer on the back of it. So what we're going to do now is just going to show you these three examples which I think switch us from being a fixed mindset in customer service to a growth mindset. And then because Greg's the technical wizard, he's going to tell us how we actually do it. And he's going to also show us how machine learning will apply to that. So the first step here is thinking about these things as all one customer journey, the events that actually happen. And these events may well be, an event may well be the first contact with the customer. They sign up, on our website or something. They are saying to us, yes, I'm happy to engage with you. I want to start a conversation. The next event may well be then buying something, browsing, adding something to a cart and purchasing it. And then the next one may well be actually having a customer service event. All of these events are customer events. Within Zendesk, you already have a lot of information at the end of the journey, which are things like ticket tags, ticket numbers, or all of the aspects of the customer journey. In the middle, you then have all of the information which is from other areas as well. The next big thing on a customer journey is figuring out how to experiment. Now, what's interesting is you'll notice the difference between an agent on the first day or the first week of when talking to customers and a month later. What's changed is that they've learned from those interactions that they've had, and they've experimented on the best wording, the best phrasing, how to deal with an unhappy customer, how to deal with a happy one, and they've tuned and learned that experience. How can we apply that learning that happens within an agent's head to our whole operation? Well, we need to be able to test. So when we're sending proactive messages, we need to reduce to a small group of people and say, here is the information that I want to work on, and here's how I'm going to communicate with that particular customer. So here's some examples. Follow up. I'm going to read an email here, which is from customer service. Let's read it together. Hi, John. You recently noticed you opened 3 tickets about exchanging your pants, and one of them was not resolved to your satisfaction. That's no good. We want to offer you a call with an operations specialist to make sure things are squared away for you. So just hit reply and we'll get it scheduled for you. So what's going on here? Firstly, we've used data from support. We've been able to segment the customer into 3 ticket opens, and we've got 1 customer sat reference. In marketing terms, that is a segment of customers that we are now going to contact. And then we've just followed up such that if they reply to that, that's then going to create a ticket within Zendesk. The next thing then is anticipation. Here is an anticipation email. Dear John, we noticed that your pants still haven't arrived yet. We wanted to let you know we're working on it and we're really sorry for the inconvenience. We expect it to be delivered on date. We'd like to talk through this with us, just hit reply. But if you want to, we'll just keep you updated regardless of when your item arrives. So this anticipation then is bringing information for a third-party system, from maybe an order entry system, and then triggering it when we know that if the promise date has passed, then we're going to send this email to the customer, an anticipation email. The third one then is growing and retaining. And this is the third example I'm going to give that you could try within your organizations. Hi, John. Remember how you returned your item because they didn't fit? We've got good news for you. We've got a new line of pants that might fit you perfectly. So taking this service history that we have and opening that up and using the relationship we've got with the customer to then come back to them with something that might make them happy. In this case, it's about something that might fit better, but there are a number of other opportunities. So really blending the support and marketing. So those are the 3 examples that I've been able to think of that can help switch from a fixed customer support mindset from a proactive one. And what we've been trying to do is make this simple by making it very easy to gather this data and put it into tools to send this messaging out and then test.